Good morning. So today we are on day 4 of week 3. We're almost done with week 3. Yesterday we learned about the death of Moses, how he couldn't enter into the promised land. So now we are going to kick this lesson off talking about Joshua. So, let me get situated here. Okay, so day 4, Joshua. Angie says, y'all, I'm still recovering from yesterday's lesson. I know you might think I'm a nut, and I'm not even saying you're wrong if you do. It's just easy for me to think of God as far away and unreachable sometimes. And when I read these accounts, I'm challenged to remember he wasn't that way then, and he isn't now. I don't know about you guys, but I felt like that before too, like he's, I don't know, studying it just brings it to life better, which his word is alive. He is alive. So of course it does. God is intimately acquainted with all the details of our lives, and he works all things for the good of those who love him. Romans 8:28. It's a good reminder. It is. So back to Canaan. Entering the promised land. Now that Moses is gone, the Lord speaks to Joshua, who will assume the position of leadership and bring the people into the land. God is specific with Joshua about what is about to happen. Read Joshua 1-9 and describe what God tells him. So in Joshua 1-9, now after the death of Moses, the servant of the Lord, it came to pass that the Lord spoke unto Joshua the son of Nun, Moses' minister, saying, Moses, my servant, is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, thou and all this people, unto the land which I do give them, even to the children of Israel. Every place that the sole of your foot shall tread upon, that have I given unto you. As I said unto Moses, from the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river of Euphrates, all the land of the Hittites, unto the great sea, toward the going down of the sun, shall be your coast. There shall not be any man able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. And as I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Be strong and of good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give them. Only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand or to the left, that thou mayest prosper. Whithersoever thou goest, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have great success, good success. Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee wheresoever thou goest. Okay, so those words, I was just thinking those words, hearing those words from God would be so encouraging, like setting out to do something and him telling you, don't worry, I'm going to be with you. Be strong, be courageous. It would certainly help to make it through those times where he's called you to do something. Anyway, so Joshua will lead the Israelites into the promised land. It's time that they get to go. We move to another of my favorite stories in scripture. Surely you're sensing a theme here. The story of Rahab. Oh, Rahab. There are so many days when I thank God for choosing you to be a part of his story. Joshua sends some spies into the land again. Please don't say that they're too scary. Please don't say we'll lose. Please be brave. And they come to the home of a prostitute, whose house is built into the wall that surrounds Jericho. Wait, Jericho? I thought we were talking about Canaan. Where did that come from? No worries. Jericho is a city that is a part of Canaan. Rahab agrees to hide the spies on her rooftop, and she lies to the authorities about it. Why does she take this risk? Read Joshua 2:8-11. And before they were laid down, she came up upon them upon the roof. And she said unto the men, I know that the Lord hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you, when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the 2 kings of the Amorites, that were on the other side of Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed. And as soon as we heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For the Lord your God, he is God in heaven above and in earth beneath. So, okay, so to answer the question, she knew God gave the Israelites the land. She speaks of God's power. She knows that if they fight against him, they'll lose. So she's at fear for the life of her and her family. She doesn't doubt God's power because she has heard the testimonies of how God dried up the land when they went to cross the Red Sea, and how he destroyed their enemies, and she wants to protect her and her family. So she's kind of, if I help you, maybe you'll help me, which we'll get to that in just a second. I get ahead of myself. What does Rahab ask in return? Joshua 2:12-14. Now therefore I pray you, swear unto me by the Lord, since I have showed you kindness, that ye will also show kindness unto my father's house, and give me a true token, and that we will save alive my father and my mother and my brethren and my sisters, and all that we have, and deliver our lives from death. And the men answered her, our life for yours, if ye utter not this our business. And it shall be, when the Lord hath given us land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee. So they say, our life for yours. So you're saving our life, and we're going to save yours. So she asked them to save her and her family and their belongings, as they know that they're about to get attacked, for the Israelites to claim the land that God has given them. She knows the Hebrews are God's people and that he is going to be on their side. Isn't that powerful? That somebody that doesn't even know God knows that they cannot defeat God's people. I just think that's so, I don't know. It's amazing just to think about that. How she knew, these people are coming and they're going to destroy us. And we can't do anything about it because God's more powerful than what we are, and we can't fight his army. So even she knows that God's promise stands. In exchange for Rahab's protection, the spies promise her that when the Israelites storm the land, they will let her and her family live. But here's the catch. For the Israelites to know which house is hers, she needs to put a scarlet cord out the window to identify her location. Does this remind you of anything we've talked about before? Like, a time when something red was used for a similar purpose? The Passover, of course. They had to put the blood on the doors so that the death angel would know to pass over them and not to harm the firstborns of their family. If you didn't get it, the answer is, this reminds me of the Passover, when the Israelites had to put blood over their doors so they would be protected. You've got time before your group session. Just fill it in and we'll keep it between us. I'm sure everybody thought the same thing. I love the way that Angie talks in this Bible study. And it's funny because I catch myself speaking and then having to read what she says, and it's the same thing. So that's good. Anyway, these Israelites are ready to go in this time, but now they've got to cross over the Jordan River. That means holding the Ark of the Covenant way up high so it doesn't get wet. As the priests, quick, what tribe are they from? Good, the tribe of Levi. Start walking through the Jordan. God stops it from surging and allows his people to walk through. I feel like God loves making water stop. Rank by rank, the whole army follows. And when the last soldier has set foot on dry land, Joshua tells one member from each tribe to get a rock. What does he instruct them to do and why? Joshua 4:1-7. Don't get overwhelmed by the details. Just write in your journal the primary reason he asked them to do this.
I hear everything you said.
Okay, that's good. Maybe you'll learn. I don't know if y'all could hear him, but Briar just woke up and informed me that he has heard everything that I've said. Maybe he's saying I've been too loud, but it's all right. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. So Joshua 4:1-7. And it came to pass when the people were clean passed over Jordan, that the Lord spoke unto Joshua, saying, Take ye 12 men out of the land, out of every tribe a man, and command ye them, saying, Take you thence out of the midst of Jordan, out of the place where the priest's foot stood firm, 12 stones, and ye shall carry them over with you, and leave them in the lodging place where ye shall lodge this night. Then Joshua called the 12 men, whom he had prepared of the children of Israel, out of every tribe a man. And Joshua said unto them, Pass over before the ark of the Lord your God into the midst of the Jordan, and take ye up every man of you a stone upon his shoulder, according unto the number of the tribes of the children of Israel. That this may be a sign among you, that when your children ask their fathers in times to come, saying, What mean ye by these stones? Then ye shall answer them, that the waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the Lord, the covenant of the Lord. When it passed over Jordan, the waters of Jordan were cut off, and these stones shall be a memorial until the children of Israel forever. So he tells him to pick a man out of every tribe, so 12 men, to carry a stone across the Jordan River, and then stack them up as a memorial for all of their children, their children, their grandchildren, all of the children of Israel can look at these stones and ask, why do we have these stones? And they can tell them the story about how whenever they went to carry the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord across the Jordan River, that God cut off the water. So he's going to keep that as a memorial so that they can remember this day. Throughout the Bible, we'll see people using stones to build memorials as gratitude for what God did for them in that place. Essentially, they're saying, let's not forget God's faithfulness. Let's make a physical reminder for future generations that he didn't let us down. So they've crossed over the river and entered the land, but they haven't taken possession of it yet. That will come through battle. So they've crossed... Bloop. I thought I should read that again, I guess. Remember this song. Joshua fought the battle of Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Yep, this is the Joshua, and this is the Jericho. What happens next in the song? You got it. The walls come a-tumbling down. That's what happened. Joshua instructed his troops to march around the city for 6 days while blowing trumpets. On the 7th day, they did it 7 times, then shouted. 7 has always been associated with perfection and completion in the Bible. Then they shouted, and the walls fell down. I love that Joshua is like, yeah, that sounds like a killer military strategy. Let's do this thing. I'm paraphrasing here. He's seen what happens when they're disobedient. And I think once he knew that God wanted him to do what God wanted him to do, no matter how crazy it sounded, he knew it was a better alternative. They've already been through seeing the Israelites being disobedient or doubting God. So anything that God throws at him now, he's going to say, let's do this. Because, well, one, he knows God's with him. He's not doubting that. And like she says, he knows that that's a better alternative than what the Israelites faced all that time traveling through the wilderness and then not being able to enter the promised land. So he doesn't want to cause his people to fall into anything like that. So, question, have you ever felt God calling you to do something that seemed crazy? Like leading a Bible study. Oh, Lord. Did you do it? What were the results? I'm doing it now. We'll see what the results are. We are all growing, and I'm very thankful for that. Of course, he probably means something a little more crazier. I've never marched around a city. But, however, when we were going to buy our farm, Vince told David to walk the perimeter of the farm because we just weren't sure if we were going to be able to get it. And we were kind of struggling to get everything rolling on being able to get it and everything. And so Vince told David, he said, walk the perimeter of your farm and pray and ask God to give you this land. And it all worked out. Even though some days David wishes that maybe it didn't because the chickens drive him crazy because they break everything. But no, we've been blessed because this farm has provided for our family for almost 10 years now. So we're very thankful for that. And we know that God helped us. So that might seem a little crazy to some people, you know. A lot of this would sound crazy to a lot of people. Laying hands on somebody, asking for healing, praying for your family to be saved, I mean, it all sounds crazy to people that don't know God. Anyway, surprise, surprise, the walls fell down exactly as God said they would. The Israelites entered the land God had promised them, and they acted right and obeyed him and always kept him in mind for the rest of time. That last part is totally not true. They're fickle, these folks. Can you imagine? For years, they keep fighting people in Canaan to completely take over the land. Once they've pretty much gotten that under control, it's time to divvy up the land. Each of the 12 tribes get land. None for the Levites, and 2 for Joseph's sons. Remember? We talked about that in a previous lesson. So years pass, things are relatively calm compared to what's about to happen, but before Joshua dies, he reminds the people what God has required of them. Read Joshua 23, list any commands that stand out to you. This is quite a bit to read, but I'm going to go ahead and read it anyway. And it came to pass long after, this is Joshua 23. And it came to pass a long time after that the Lord had given rest unto Israel from all their enemies round about, that Joshua waxed old and stricken in age. And Joshua called for all of Israel, and for their elders, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and said unto them, I am old and stricken in age. And ye have seen all that the Lord your God hath done unto all these nations because of you. For the Lord your God is he that hath fought for you. Behold, I have divided unto you by lot these nations that remain, to be an inheritance for your tribes, from Jordan with all the nations that I have cut off, even unto the great sea westward. And the Lord your God shall expel thee from before you, and drive them out from your sight, and ye shall possess their land, as the Lord your God hath promised unto you. Be ye therefore very courageous to keep and to do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, that ye turn not aside therefrom to the right hand or to the left, that ye come not among these nations, that these remain among you. Neither make mention of the name of their gods, nor cause to swear by them, neither serve them, nor bow yourselves unto them. So, for just a second here, he's telling them, do not become like, you've kept some of these people in the land. I guess they didn't have to kill everybody. Some of the people are still there, and he's telling them, don't become like them. Don't mention their gods. Don't serve their gods. Don't bow yourself into their gods. Make sure that you don't transform into these people, because these are not God's people. Okay, verse 8. But cleave unto the Lord your God, as ye have done unto this day. For the Lord hath driven out from before you great nations and strong. But as for you, no man hath been able to stand before you unto this day. One man of you shall chase 1,000, for the Lord your God, he it is that fighteth for you, as he hath promised you. Take good heed therefore unto yourselves, that ye love the Lord your God, even if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go in unto them, and they to you. Know for certainty that the Lord your God will more drive out any of these nations from before you. But they shall be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your side, and thorns in your eyes, until ye perish from off this good land which the Lord your God hath given you. And behold, this day I am going all the way of the earth, and ye know in all your hearts and in all your souls that not one thing hath failed of all the good things which the Lord your God spoke concerning you. All are come to pass unto you, and not one thing hath failed thereof. Therefore it shall come to pass that as all good things are come upon you, which the Lord your God promised you, so shall the Lord bring upon you all evil things, until he have destroyed you from off this good land which the Lord your God hath given you. When ye have transgressed the covenant of the Lord your God, which he commanded you, and have gone and served other gods, and bowed yourself unto them, then shall the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and ye shall perish quickly from off the good land which he hath given you. So he is telling them, keep your eyes on the Lord. Do not become like these people, because you're going to lose what God's given you. So Angie says, God is the only God. There is no other option. And if they start to believe differently, he will remove his hand of protection from them. Just for fun, read Joshua 24, 1 through 14. I know that's not a sentence my 9th grade self ever saw coming, but here's why I say it. I'm willing to bet that a few weeks ago you would have glossed over a bunch of this because it didn't make sense. And I want you to see how far you've come. They aren't all unfamiliar names, are they? And you've got some context, which is always key when reading scripture. Okay, so verse 1 of Joshua 24, and Joshua gathered all the tribes of Israel to Shechem, and called for the elders of Israel, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers. And they presented themselves before God. And Joshua said unto all people, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Your fathers dwelt on the other side of the flood in old time, even Terah, the father of Abraham, the father of Nachor, and they served other gods. And I took your father Abraham from the other side of the flood, and led him throughout all the land of Canaan, and multiplied his seed, and gave him Isaac. And I gave unto Isaac Jacob and Esau. And I gave unto Isaac Jacob and Esau. I gave unto Esau Mount Seir to possess it, but Jacob and his children went down into Egypt. I sent Moses also and Aaron, and I plagued Egypt, according to that which I did among them. And afterward I brought you out, and I brought your fathers out of Egypt, and ye came into the sea, and the Egyptians persuaded after your fathers with chariots and horsemen unto the Red Sea. And when they cried unto the Lord, he put darkness between you and the Egyptians, and brought the sea upon them, and covered them. And your eyes have seen what I have done in Egypt. And ye dwelt in the wilderness a long season. And I brought you into the land of the Amorites, which dwelt on the other side of Jordan. And they fought with you. And I gave them into your hand, that ye might possess their land, and I destroyed them from before you. Then Balak, the son of Zippor, king of Moab, arose and warred against Israel, and sent and called Balaam the son of Beor to curse you. But I would not hearken unto Balaam. Therefore he blessed you still, so I delivered you out of his hand. And ye went over to Jordan and came into Jericho, and the men of Jericho fought against you, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Geshites. Y'all, I looked up these words and I wrote down how to pronounce them, but I'm still stumbling. The Hivites and the Jebusites, and I delivered them from your hand. And I set the hornet before you, which drove them out from before you, even the kings of the Amorites, but not with thy sword, nor with thy bow. And I have given you a land for which ye did not labor, and cities which ye built not, and ye dwell in them. Of the vineyards and olive yards which have planted ye planted not, do you eat. Now therefore fear the Lord, and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood, and in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord. So there's a lot of context there, and I completely understand that, and it's pretty stinking amazing. So it says, do you feel encouraged? I sure hope so, because you should. And I pray that everybody is getting as much out of this as I am, because I just love it. I look forward to day 5, and I will be reading that tomorrow. I love y'all, and we'll be having our meeting soon. So I hope everybody's enjoying this and ready to meet up this weekend, and I will see y'all tomorrow.